guys, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm sharing with you 3 trash to treasure pumpkin DIYs for fall decor. With the first one, I am using this pumpkin. I was actually going to throw it out. There were a couple pieces missing and I just wasn't sure what to do with it. Contemplated about donating it, but with pieces missing, I thought I was just gonna toss it, but then decided to make something out of it instead. I am using sola wood flowers and I'm going to be gluing them all around. These are all different sizes. I just had the assorted pack. I will leave a link down below for you to check them out if you would like to see what the package looks like. They are wood flowers and they are paintable and very easy to work with. I would also like to say that this video is part of my monthly challenge that I am hosting every month, and for this month the theme were pumpkins, and you could use Dollar Tree materials, treasure materials, Michael's materials. It did not matter where the materials came from, as long as you were creating something with a pumpkin, whether pumpkin was part of your DIY or pumpkin was the main DIY. So there will be a playlist linked in the description box for you to check out for all the other pumpkin DIYs that are going to be from all the people that are going to be participating, and that will be linked in the description box. So make sure you check it out after you are done watching my video. And I would like to thank everybody who has joined me in this challenge. Once the pumpkin was fully covered with the flowers, I took a piece of pipe cleaner and wrapped it with some raffia and bent it, and I'm using this as a stem. I will be hot gluing it to the pumpkin. And then after that was on there the way I wanted it, I proceeded into painting the flowers. I am just dry brushing some orange and a brown acrylic paint onto the tips of the flower. I love the way this ends up looking. I've done it in a different separate DIY a while back, and I just, like I said, love the way that looks. If this is your first time stopping by my channel, welcome. My name is Sonja, and I'm so glad that you had stopped by. If you're stopping by from the playlist, so glad that you are watching the playlist. If you are not subscribed, I would love it if you considered becoming part of my YouTube family by pressing the subscribe button, and don't forget to ring that bell so you get notified when I upload videos. I upload 3 times a week right now, and we are fully submerged into fall DIYs and also some decor DIYs that I am using in with my fall DIYs. So don't forget to press that notification bell so you don't miss any of the uploads. So once the pumpkin was fully painted, that was it. This was an inspiration actually from HomeSense, and I've seen this similar pumpkin at HomeSense, and I absolutely love it. I thought it was just a little different. For my next DIY, I had this wooden pumpkin that I picked up, I think it was 2 years ago, and created a DIY. Unfortunately, I broke the rest of it, but I did save this pumpkin to create something new with it. And I had a piece of sweater leaf left over from a different project from last year, and I'm also using a scrap piece of burlap, and I'm tracing the pumpkin onto the burlap with a marker. I tried with the pencil, but it didn't, with the pen, but it didn't really show, so I ended up using a black marker. Now I'm going to be cutting it on the inside of the marker, not the outside, because I want the burlap to be a bit smaller than the pumpkin. And then I'm going to repeat the same process for the sweater leaf as well, but I'm going to trace the burlap and then I'm going to cut it on the inside to make it smaller. I do end up trimming some sides just to fit it in the way I want it to fit it. And the nice thing with burlap, you can also fringe it, which I do love the way that looks, and that is what I'm gonna do as well. Once I did cut the burlap to size, I use hot glue to glue it on. I love the way burlap looks for fall as much as I love it as for Christmas as well. And it just, I think it just gives that that rustic look that I love when I'm decorating for both fall and Christmas. And I've seen this inspiration on Pinterest. I think it was on Pinterest or maybe it was on Instagram. And I absolutely fell in love with it, the way these two look together. So I decided to recreate it. Now, they did not use a burlap for the bottom. They used something else, but it did give me that look of burlap, so I decided to use burlap. And then like I said, I was lucky enough to have this sweater on hand because I made a pillow last year out of it for my winter decor. So I just used the body of the sweater for the pillow, and then I had leaves left over, sleeves, not leaves. So I've been using them for different DIYs in winter, and now I'm back to fall and winter where I can use it again. Now that the body of the pumpkin is almost done, I am cutting just a little strip of this burlap and I'm going to wrap it around the stem and using hot glue to keep it in place. Now, to add a little bit of embellishment to this pumpkin, I am cutting little wood squares into rectangles. Now, I did find that just cutting them in half was great for one piece, but I wanted the other piece to be a little bit longer, so I had a scrap piece of that wood that I used in ton of my DIYs from spring, the little plant label stake. So I'm just going to cut that into a bit of a longer strip. And then I'm going to take my permanent marker. Now I'm using brown just because it's a fine tip one. You can use black, you can use orange, whatever you'd like. And I'm just writing Hello Fall on it. And then I'm going to glue that on to the pumpkin. Now to finish it off, I am going to wrap a little bit of raffia around it and add some scrap fall leaves that I have on hand. I just love the way this turned out. I think it looks fabulous. This last project is a true trash to treasure. I had this fossil watch container left over. My daughter was actually throwing it out. She was cleaning out her room, and when I saw it, I thought this would be a great project. So I'm going to paint it with orange paint, and I'm going to also add a little bit of brown paint to the orange. I just find the orange that I had is really too bright for my liking, so I'd like to a little bit tone it down with some black paint, brown paint. This will take 2 coats to cover this completely up. Once the paint had time to dry somewhat and I applied 2 coats to it, I am going to add some of my dark wax from Annie Sloan. This is an antiquing wax, and I'm just going to brush it on, and then I'm going to take a rag and just blend it all in. To finish it off, I am going to glue a piece of wood stem or a piece of wood and a leaf to it. And I think this looks so cute and so rustic. And I can't wait to use it in my decor. Well, I hope you have enjoyed these DIYs. They were simple. Maybe a little bit, the first one took a little longer to make, but definitely worth the process. Don't forget to check out the description box for the playlist. Thank you all for joining me, and I will see you all in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.